Okay, y'all, here we go. We got an alkaline lasagna that's going to change your life. These are wheat lasagna shells right here. I couldn't find any chickpea lasagna shells at the time, but those hearts of palmini pasta shells are quite nice. They have, I believe, acid potentially in, they might have citric acid in there, but it's okay. We're going to rock with it. Brazilian nuts as well. We've got walnuts. We've got different types of seasonings, salt, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder. Many different variations. You don't need much. You just need the basics. Uh, Peppers, onions. Got a little spicy with the cilantro and the basil and the rosemary, as well as the um, thyme. All of that is in there. So as you can see there, I was preparing the sauce, my beautiful red tomato sauce. We were heating that up in the oven to get that prepped, doing a little chopping. I'm looking here at this label. Uh, that's not going to work. I was trying to skip the sauce step and then that natural flavor. No, we can't do that at all. So that has to go back. We're going to end up putting this back because we're not putting that in an alkaline lasagna. We're just going to keep going and carrying on with our natural sauce that I made from scratch. See the thyme there. So here's a generous amount of water that you want to use to soak the walnuts. Typically, you want to soak them previous, or you want to cook them down for a good amount of time. But I was rushing and I skipped some steps, so I had to do it on the fly. So boom, I got them cooking. I'm here preparing my cheese. The cheese is the Brazilian nut cheese and my walnut cheese. So you basically want to season your different portions as such. Um, your meat is going to be seasoned like you would season hamburger meat, and your cheeses are going to be seasoned like you would season cheese. Most of them have similar ingredients, not going to make too much difference. They're all going to have a different taste that's going to give the lasagna an amazing flavor. So, boom, there was some salt, a little onion powder, probably a little garlic powder, little truffle oil sauce, secret weapon, little truffle oil. Boom, I went right to seasoning the hamburger meat or the walnut meat that I'm going to use with whatever I know I was going to double up on. So I knew I was going to use that for both. So I just went right at it. And that's what you're seeing here. Trying to use a good amount, a good portion. Know your salt, okay? This is a pink sea salt that I typically don't use. It has more rocky than the more finer grounds. So it was, I had to be careful with my portion because I didn't want to, you don't want it to be too salty, right? And I'll try to give you some teaspoon measurements that may help, but just just follow the recipe. If you want it to taste like mine, just follow it. You know what I mean? Boom. So we got some garlic powder, onion powder. Here I am seasoning the meat, seasoning the walnut meat. Uh, a little Italian seasoning. You want to add a little spice to there. And I mean, whatever you want to do, however you like your lasagna. But if you want it to taste how mine tastes, um, I'm just giving you a good foundation of where to start. Boom, little oregano. Little oregano. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to need that. Gonna need that. Yeah. Yeah. You're going to want to have that. Yeah. So as you can see, just kind of giving you the amount of what I'm putting in putting in my recipe. That's why I kind of left that extended so you can see like, oh, well, how long did he, now you can kind of get a good general idea of what's going on here. And here's my cheese. Let's put some Brazilian nuts together, a little water. You saw the portion of how much water I used. You really want it to look like that. You can get it more cheesy. You can go and get some vegan cheese from Whole Foods if you really wanted to have that, lasagna cheesy drip, which is always good. And you won't be too far off from the dairy cheese that you typically would have. But me, I tried to stick with the walnut cheese and the Brazilian nut cheese. That's me continuing to season the meat. There's the garlic's powder that I'm now seasoning my roasted veggies with, that I'm going to make my tomato sauce with. So now I'm seasoning up the tomato sauce. There's that special sauce right there, a little special drip, a little truffle sauce. You can get fantastic with it. However you want to do to give it that extra kick. Grapeseed oil, grapeseed oil, grapeseed oil, brothers and sisters. Grapeseed oil, grapeseed oil, grapeseed oil. All right. Okay. Oh, you want to get fancy? If you want to get fancy, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Me, I like to add a little spice. I like to feel like I'm in a, Italian kitchen or something, doing it big and cooking up a master plan. So, however devious you want to get with that. Yeah, there's a little onion powder. Right? Copious amounts. Copious amounts. You really want to add some flavor in there. You don't want to go too overboard, but you definitely want to get a good amount. A little more Italian seasoning, a little Italian seasoning, a little Italian seasoning. Yes, yes. Maybe more than a little. Chopping it up, showing you what it looked like, because most people have never made tomato sauce from scratch. Not saying you can't, not saying you won't. I'm saying you should. Doesn't take that much time. Believe it or not, this recipe actually took me 3 hours to record and then chop down into this wonderful 16, 17-minute video for you. Just trying to give you as much instruction, but keep it short. I know time span is we not there in 2025. Time span is, but if it's something people really want, they're going to watch. They're going to check it out. So boom, seasoning my pasta shells. Lay down the pasta, lay down the pasta, lay down the pasta, brothers and sisters. All right, a little cilantro, a little paprika, a little onion powder, a little salt. Yeah, get that right, get that right, get that right. You can see my portobello mushrooms and my cat mushrooms that I'm going to also chop up and blend with the meat together to make my lasagna meat that you will see shortly. And here we are preparing the lasagna meat. Chopping it up, boom, throw the walnuts in there. Whoa, dangerous, dangerous. Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening? I'm not sure if you're ready for this. I'm not sure if you're ready. This is marvelous. This is marvelous work right here. This is marvelous work. Yes, I want you to do it the same way I just did it. Yes, yes. Do that. Do that. All you need is a blender. Couple main ingredients. Oh, I promise you it's going to be fabulous. There's the water we're using here. Yep. Trying to get my camera angles right. We're working on it, y'all. Work with me. Work with me. This is the first of many. Okay, I'm gonna do this right for y'all, but everybody wants to know what I do. So that's after the first couple turns, you kind of want to, move move some of the mushrooms around, move it around a little bit so it can get under the blender. You don't really want mush per se, but you want it to be like, almost like that ground hamburger texture, right? That's kind of what you're going for. Bow. Huh? What? Look at this. You don't even understand. Now, I know y'all see that knife right there. I know y'all see that knife. Look, don't judge. I just grabbed the first thing that was there. We have spatulas. Trust me, we have spatulas. So get whatever you need to do to get that out. Boom. I'm trying to get the camera angles right. Yeah, you're working with me. Okay, we got the meat there. Blam, slap. Oh, yeah, cover the whole. That's the bottom first layer. Meat. Now you need your sauce. Now you need extra sauce. Extra sauce. Extra sauce. Extra sauce. In fact, I believe I made 2 batches of sauce. I'm not sure. Maybe I did half and half. I think I might have did half and half. Yeah. You can see here I did 1 whole batch. And then I did half at the bottom and half at the top. Alkaline Lasagna, ladies and gentlemen. Alkaline Lasagna. Yep, I'm trying to cover all the angles here. Trying to cover all the copious amounts of sauce. Plenty sauce. Plenty sauce. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Cheese. Cheese now. So now I done conjured up the Brazilian nut cheese. I also made a walnut cheese as well to give two different flavors and textures of cheese. I don't know if I presented that here, um, the walnut and the Brazilian nut, but best believe they are both in there. There is both Brazilian. I usually do the Brazilian first on the first layer, spread that around real nice and fabulous. Get that going. You want to spread that out, or you want to make more than one serving of cheese. As you can see, I just didn't have the time. It was just too much. It's a lot. It is a lot, but it's worth it. It's worth it. But I made so you're doing it from scratch. Scratch is it costs to be beautiful, y'all. It costs to be beautiful, to eat healthy, to eat right. It's going to cost you something. And if it's just time for your health, I think that's a good trade-off as we are whooshing around that cheese to make sure that it's covering all bases. Do it however you see fit, works best for you. This was just a way I figured out on the fly to get it done. I have made this a lot of times. So I did, in my mind, perfect the recipe. And yes, it tastes sensational. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. The palmini, hearts of palm, lasagna, pasta shells. Hearts of palm is a mushroom, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know that. But I'm just schooling you. That is a mushroom. So we have mushroom pasta shells. So those pasta shells are a little pricey, but you could essentially do the whole lasagna hearts of palm pasta shells. So essentially I wanted to do 3 layers. So I did 1 layer of the wheat lasagna shells, the middle layer of hearts of palm, and then the top layer, the closer, is going to be wheat shells again. And here I am putting the second layer of meat, and then the second layer of sauce, extra sauce. Here's the walnut cheese now. Now we're on the walnut cheese. Spread it around. As you can imagine, this is very dense. We've got 2 layers of meat, preferably just greatness, different greatness. 2 layers of meat, cheese, extra sauce, spreading that around. Make sure we're spreading it around. Now, we're about to hit you with the finisher of the pasta shells. Pasta shell finisher. Them lasagna wheat pasta shells was tricky. Be careful with those, okay? Say no boil. I typically wanted to boil mine with a little wine and water. But that's what we did. So boom, as you can see, threw that in the oven real quick. Wow, we got it shaking. Y'all see it. You see it. You see it. You see it. You see it. Huh? Come on. What? Are you crazy? Do you understand what that tastes? Oh my goodness. Everybody I let taste this. This pan got bust down. This joint got bust down about 10 ways. Okay. Everybody that had a piece of this went crazy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So there we have it. A lasagna, alkaline lasagna that could change the game for you. And it could feed a family of 5. You could feed a family of 5 with this. This thing is dense. I'm telling you, it's chunky. Here's where I messed up. But y'all got to walk with me. Y'all got to learn with me, just like look, this is my first video. So y'all got to walk with me. I shouldn't have cut the piece while it was straight. I couldn't help myself. I wanted some, so I was hungry. Okay, as y'all see, I left and came back. I got my jacket on. I was hungry. So when I came back, I wanted to get right to it. Look at the crispy on the top. Come on. Look at the what? Oh my God. You don't know how this tastes. You don't know how this tastes. Amazing. You need to taste this. It'll make you change your beliefs on meat and dairy. So everybody asks me, I know you've never seen it. Here it is. I'm showing you how to do it step by step. It's really not that difficult. It might take you about half hour out your day. But once you get it down, you won't go back. You won't go back. This is better than meat and dairy. Real meat, dairy, cheese, and red meat in your lasagna. Look at that. Come on. Come on. And it ain't got the dripping cheese, but it's cheesy. It's cheesy. It is cheesy. Yes. So that cube look, and I'm about to show you that right now. Bow. That's a little bit better presentation. I'm working on my presentation, y'all. I know that's a big thing. Everybody's going to be in the comments. Oh, your presentation sucks. I don't care. Look at the joy on my face. The joy and happy. Yes, the joy and happiness of this. Thanks for watching.